What's up, y'all? It's the Dean, School of Thought. Just want to address a few things. All the animosity and the tension going on in the forums. I kind of wanted to break all that up and bring some positive stuff in a personal manner. I just wanted to say thank you to all the battlers that I've ever faced and had the courage to stand in front of 3 rounds for me. Throughout this duration, I'm going to go through some battles that I've actually had against some people and give some high points. And actually, you know what I'm saying, bring back that unity and positive and, you know, fellowship within the SOT community. I'm going to start off with my first battle, my first solo battle, of course, with Sean Gatto. Directly speaking to Sean, you know, I saw your potential from the jump. I'm proud to see how far you've come, especially after I gave you that 30 through the roof and whooped that ass.
Scratch that sleeping bit.
But even since then, you've created your own lane. You've grown to be one of the best battlers, and despite that 3-0 I gave you, I feel like we both won. And I respect you for that. P.S. No rematches. Second battle, who was it against Young Verse? He came to that battle as an underdog, you know, away from home. He still delivered with confidence. And despite those 2 huge fucking chokes, and me having to see what would be the most flawless performance of the night, I still think that I'm proud of him because he hung in there and he managed to deliver that one surfer bar.
Murder or ever commit the murder, cause nobody in the hood talks like a fucking surfer. I said, in your battle with Sean Gatto. In your battle with Sean Gatto.
He said that.
You good, bro? Keep going.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because
Whatever the fuck it was. And it's crazy to see how much he's grown and evolved as an artist with his online presence and the Pringle chips and all that. Especially after taking that 3-0. I'm glad to see like he's still hanging in there. Kudos, man. The next battle was, I want to say Agent Orange. And this battle was probably my hardest to date, like to prepare for, because me and him are actually friends in real life. A quick backstory, I've known AO for like 11 years. We met on MySpace and we both found out we were producers in Oklahoma. And we found some common ground there, but I think the reason that we actually battled each other is because everybody at the time was ducking me. And the funniest thing was, besides like his cringe-worthy choke and the fact that I 3-0'd him into retirement, I did think that the crowd was on his side up until I pulled the whole, you know, like fake handshake and.
Yeah.
So even though he's mean as shit, I consider you a friend and I mean that shit. Please, bitch.
Got him!
Everybody blew up, but even then, he's a good dude. I'm so glad I can call him a friend. So, shout out to Agent Orange in your retirement after I bodied you. Who's next? LA. LA was School of Thought 10, one of the greatest battles. You know, so much respect for that guy. You know, especially see him come from his humble beginnings. You know, rapping at barbecues with crop circles in his head, and to see him, you know, grow to now become this beast in multiple leagues and traveling. And I felt like this battle that we had with each other solidified both of our names. He was hungrier than any battle I ever faced. He's one of the first people, perhaps one of the only persons to ever like not give me space. And despite his choke in the second round and taking that awful 30 that I gave him, I felt.
All of your opponents choke, so you cheat. Nobody ever fought back. What's all them wins mean if nobody in the ring ever fought back? Tell me why.
Like him actually surviving my 3rd round and not like quitting battle rap is a testament in itself. And I still consider that to be like my first classic. And we actually became cool with each other after the battle, more so than we were before. And to be honest, that's like one of the best punchers I've ever faced. And even though I did 30 him and it was one-sided the whole time, I still feel like it was good. You know, P.S. no rematches. Who's next? Body Count. Me and Body Count always been cool. We ran in the same circles. Like, shout out Mike Stutter, shout out Tobin. We actually battled back in the freestyling days of Bora Bora, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm dating myself, but if you remember that venue, then you already know, like, we came from a crop of dope battlers. But for that battle, I prepared meticulously because we all know that Body Count can be so unpredictable. And he came in the league on fire, that battle over Sean Gata, and he always has the best crowd control. But it was just a shame that night that he was off his game and that I 30'd him through the fucking roof. But I mean, he still made me react probably the hardest with his 3rd round with the "get him." Those bars were.
It was counting, he found slipping. When I slide in his office, he off ice, so I slid him. The faculty in back of me, y'all was yelling, "Get him!" You old bird of Bluto, snidely with last mustache. Get him! You all wanna be white jungle fever, having ass motherfucker. Get him! I'm not fucking, I'm
dope. And also, like, Body Count's a great musician as well, so if you ever get a chance, follow his music. But yeah, shout out to Body Count for that battle. I'm so glad, like, you know what I'm saying, he's taking his battling to new heights, especially after I cut his head off smooth, classically. Next, Martin Benjamin. I gotta preface this by saying MB's a real cool dude. We spoke briefly about setting up the battle beforehand, and things we got lost in the miscommunication, so at times it was hard to prepare because I wasn't sure if it was gonna go down or not. But I do remember, you know what I'm saying, like, we all rode to Tulsa, like me and B, and like we ended up kicking it, and like MB was a cool guy, you know what I'm saying, we like chilled, you know what I'm saying, got in a little cypher or whatever, like had the GoPro going, and felt like we were actually cool, so it was like, which made it even harder, you know what I'm saying, for me to like deliver that ultimate 30 that I'm known for by now. And even then I kind of felt like he threw the fight because he's loyal to Cash RBL and he didn't want to seem like he's giving 100%. Doesn't excuse the fact that he got bodied and I had a flawless victory once again. And besides his chokes and his stumbles and, like, you know, burner and headache, trying not to react to like my haymakers.
in your real life. But here's something I know that none of you would ever realize. What would Martin Luther King Jr. be if he was white? Still alive. Now I know this isn't what you agreed to that day you said you battled me, but I didn't come here to beat you.
I felt like it was a good time and it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? He's still a cool dude. Shout out to MB, go get the flood. Coffee beans.
I'm dying.
You're good. And then last, you know, my last battle was against Dante, or D-Lo. You know, me and D-Lo go way back to the 90s. He's always been like one of those like clowny kind of jokester dudes with a positive vibe. So like, I knew from the gate it was gonna be a great battle, like a style clash, like, you know what I'm saying? Me being like a lyricist and a bully and like really convincing with my raps versus D-Lo, who's, you know, like 120 pounds and like funny.
That's a farce. That's a tar. That's a heart. I say that's a mark. Nigga, that's a heart. That's a smart. That's a tart. That's a Carson. Then that's a mark. Ah, nigga, that's a charge.
Boy, if you don't get...
So it's a style clash, and even then, like, he brought tons of charisma to the stage and that performance, and I even scrapped like a couple of my rounds just because I felt like they weren't like directed at him. I felt like I was kind of trying to play the jokey game with him, so I ended up scrapping those and kind of like getting back to the bars and doing what MCs do. And luckily it paid off for me because I got the clear 30 on cam and live. Shout out to LA. I mean, the fans spoke with the polls. I mean, D-Lo's a great dude too. Like, I'm glad to see him bounce back after taking like such a vicious loss. And shout out 2XL. I got mad respect for like D-Lo and everything he's done. He's a competitor and a humble person, so respect to you. I guess that kind of wraps up just like, you know what I'm saying, my positive vibe on it and how, you know, showing love for the competitors that have faced me. So shout out to everybody else. SOT, School of Thought, undefeatedly yours, the Dean.